Hey everybody, this is Gabe Turner from What's Up Columbia. Welcome to the show. Today we've got James Shannon from Par4 Virtual Golf, a new place in Columbia, and I want to hear all about it. How are you doing, James?
I'm doing well, Gabe. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. So tell us, when did this place open?
Yeah, so we opened November 5th of 2025 and just getting everything set up and getting to have the opportunity to welcome the community in.
Cool. And so are you a golfer yourself? Is that one of the reasons you wanted to do this?
It is. I know how to play the game. I wouldn't say I'm a golfer.
Okay. Yeah. So you're you're a customer also.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
right.
I
You're
sure
not
am.
only
Yes,
the
sir.
customer, you bought the company. Is that what that old
That's
commercial
basic.
was?
That's it. That's right.
Right. So this is a great deal. You could use the equipment uh and other people can too. So
That's
what
correct.
is for those of us who don't know about virtual golf, what is can you explain that to the
Yeah,
uninformed?
yeah, I can. So virtual golf basically takes the outdoor course inside. So you're able to play, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, rain, shine, hot, cold. It doesn't matter. You can come in and enjoy the game of golf.
Okay. And has that so that's like where you have like a huge screen
Yes.
and you can hit the golf balls and they actually hit the screen, but it's okay and
Yep.
uh okay.
That's
And
correct. Yeah, we have a 10 by 13 screen. We have a projector, obviously, that projects the image onto the screen. And you're hitting real golf clubs and real golf balls, and it does impact the screen. And the software will read the dynamics of that strike and give you good analytics and a very responsive and accurate uh, path of your ball, all the dynamics, distance, height, all the good stuff.
right. And so like when did that technology come out and has it advanced a lot in the recent years or
Yeah, it's been out for numerous years. A lot of people have used it for training the professionals. A lot of the PGA pros will use it. There's portable versions you can take onto a range with you, and you can play it there. And it has progressed quite significantly over the past couple of years, where it's become more popular for not just the pros, right? They've now made it available for everyone. So we have
awesome.
the ability to bring in golfers of every level, whether they're amateurs or even people that don't know how to play. They'll come with someone who does and they'll teach them the game. It gives you the opportunity to play the game on a course worldwide. Like I myself would never get to go to Augusta, right?
Right.
You can come here and play Augusta. And one of the things that I find important is if you have a friend or partner, spouse, doesn't matter, who is not that good at golf, if you take them to a golf course, a lot of frustration comes to the people that are learning to play
Right.
because you've got teams behind you and you don't want to hold them up. You've got to remember the pace of play that's required on a course. Here, you don't have that issue. You can take all the time you want to learn how to strike the ball and hold
Wow.
the club and do all the good stuff without worrying about somebody behind you going, "Hurry up in the fairway, you're taking my time."
Right.
It's all on you.
Well, I know the one of the few times I went golfing was in Indiana one summer, and I was like, "This is horrible. It's so hot." And I was like,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
carrying this bag of clubs. I'm like, and I was like, I've done this. It was like the only time I've actually done it where I carried a bag of clubs and I did that. And the other time was when I was probably like 10 years old with my grandpa, and he let me drive the golf cart, so that was fun.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that one time in Indiana, I was like, oh man, this is not fun for me, especially when I don't know anything about golf, and so it's frustrating anyway.
Yeah,
I
it
can
can be
imagine
difficult.
it would be a lot of fun probably to try golfing at your place
We've
for
had a
somebody
lot
like
of
me.
Yeah, well, we've had a lot of feedback from individuals that aren't familiar with the game, and it just goes back to what I said is you get to take your time, right? You're not being rushed by your partner or by the team behind you. You don't have to worry about the 100-degree heat. You're inside in the comfort. The frustration level drops, right? So
Yeah,
you're not rushed, you're not hot, you're not cold. You're in the perfect climate controlled environment, and you get to focus on learning how to play golf, not
yeah,
am I speeding people up? Am I slowing them down? Oh, my ball's now in the bushes over here. I got to go find it. You still hit on these virtual courses, you still have obstacles, you still have sand bunkers, you still have weeds and bushes, but you're able to get out of them easier, and you can actually enjoy learning the game rather than being frustrated on a course.
That's awesome. So do you know anybody who's gone from just like a total nothing and become like really improve their skills just using
Yeah, I
and then
mean,
transferring it over to the real world?
yes, we've had several clients that have come in. Again, even in the short time we've been open, we've had several that have come in and just learned how to play the game. Right? Just learning how to handle the club and strike the ball has helped them go on the course with their friends and family and get a little better. And I'm the prime example of it. I'm not a good golfer. My wife jokes and says, "I just opened a." She says, "I've always wanted a simulator in our garage, and since I
Yeah,
couldn't do it, she said I just built my own studio."
that's awesome.
But I have the same problems. I have the same errors that everyone else has when they play golf. Hitting it thin, hitting it fat, hitting off the toe. The ability to look at the analytics of your actual swing and your ball strike helps you realize, like, there's a lot of people. My big problem is a slice, right? So I play a slice, and I've been able to look at the monitor and see, well, my club face is open, or I came across the top, or I hit it off the toe. And that helps me adjust my body and my swing. And I've been able to eliminate my slice just about all the way. I've now hit the ball much straighter.
Amazing. Wow,
Yeah.
what a cool thing. I mean, I watch the Formula One show on Netflix and you see these guys basically doing what you're talking about, but they're practicing racing Formula One on
Yes.
this on the all the tracks they're going to race that year, so they can
Correct.
do it in their home or at the training center. That's the same deal. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
same deal. And
Yeah.
in addition to, so I mentioned, playing Augusta, I'll never be able to go to Augusta. There are a lot of people, and I'm one of those. I don't choose to go out and play all these crazy courses, right? There's one or two that I'm like, this is fun, let's go play it. But I like to improve my game. Now, locally, I'll play places like Henry Horton, Towhee, Greystone, things like that. And those courses are available here. Greymere Country Club's on here. So I can play the courses that I normally play, and it teaches me, okay, this hole's a little bit harder for me. Let me play it a different fashion. And then I can take that same information and apply it to the green grass course out at Henry Horton. And it's very effective.
So you have local courses on your equipment. Wow. So how do they
Yes.
do that? Does somebody film the course, or what do they do?
Yeah, there are normal, not a lot of, I shouldn't say normal. There's a lot of programmers that enjoy golf. And I guess they use the satellite imagery to get exact measurements. They'll use data to build the program, but they're created by all different individuals. So we tend to use the GS Pro software, which is a very effective software for these games. And it provides us with over 2,000 courses worldwide that you can play. But
Wow.
those developers will just go out and program that course into a computer, and then it turns it, therefore translates it into the game, and you can play that course.
So, so you is there? Did you say there's just one from the local area that's here, or are there others?
Programmers or
No,
course.
for the courses that are on your software.
Locally that I can think of off the top of my head, we have Towhee in Spring Hill, Henry Horton over in Chapel Hill, Greystone, and Greymere Country Club. Those are our popular ones that are local.
And those are on. You can play those
Yes.
at your place. Awesome.
Yes, sir.
That's so
Yep.
cool. Wow. So, okay. So I'm trying to think. I've got a lot of questions here. What? So how does it work? When well, I was the one question I had was, so if somebody's coming in and playing on your system a lot, do they have a way to save their stats so they can improve? Or
There is a method. It creates the user, the player actually has to create an account with GS Pro and use their email and things of that nature.
yep.
It can be effective. I have not seen a lot of players wanting to do that. It kind
Okay.
of it slows down pace of play for them. So my goal is to have the facility set up that the average player can come in, or even the beginner player or beginner user can enter the facility quickly and get to play. Right? We don't want you to spend time learning the
Yeah.
system. I want you to spend time playing on the system and maximizing your time efficiently here inside the studio. So I don't encourage a lot of people to create those profiles, and most people don't want to, right? You don't want to spend 2, 3 minutes logging into your profile, trying to download your information. They just want to play and get the immediate feedback from the analytics.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. So what does it look like when like So it's open 24/7. So
Yes. So
yeah.
there's a caveat to that. So when booking, you can only book online. Everything is done efficiently through our webpage. So you go to par4virtualgolf.com. There'll be a little tab at the top to say book now. That takes you to a page where you select the tee time that you want and it's available. Once you book it, it will send you a message via text saying you've got to confirm tee time at whatever time you booked. Then about an hour before, it'll send you another message saying, "Hey, don't forget you've got a tee time coming up." And then 10 minutes before your start time, it will send you a third text message that'll say it'll give you a door code to enter the facility. That way, the facility remains unstaffed. We don't have to pay a salary to someone else, which then would increase my costs. Right? I want my costs low as possible so that people can enjoy it. So it'll send you that message, get you inside the facility at exactly your start time. For example, say you book a 10 a.m. tee time. At 9:50, you'll get a code to get in, and you can start setting up around the computer and pick which course you want. But the launcher won't turn on until exactly 10 o'clock. So you can set everything up, but it's worthless to hit a ball till the launcher turns on. Once it turns on, you can play your game to your heart's content for however long you have booked your time. When your time is over, the launcher will turn off and you know your time is done.
Got it. And you've set it up so like there's like places to hang out and
Yes.
are there drinks and refreshments and stuff or
Yes. Well, we have a small lobby area. It's got some sofas and some chairs where if you happen to be a few minutes early and there's a team in front of you, you can sit down, put your shoes on, or change your shoes if you so desire. You can play in tennis shoes. We actually prefer it. They work best with tennis shoes. It doesn't tear up the turf, right?
right?
But there's TVs on the wall. You can sit down and watch TV for a few minutes. And if you're finished your round and just don't want to leave, you're like, you know what? I got an extra half hour to kill. I'm going to relax. You sit on the sofa, watch the televisions. The remotes are on the walls. You can turn the channel to something you want if there's a game on you want to see or a show you prefer, and you can do that.
Awesome.
We do have drinks and snacks available. There's a machine, a refrigerator basically that has all the drinks in it, and there's racks on the wall with chips and candy bars and little crackers and stuff.
Yeah.
And we go by the honor system here. We know that our customers are trustworthy, so we have everything sitting out. You just scan a QR code. It'll ask you to pay for your item, and you click pay, and then you take your item with you. Everything is $1.50, so it doesn't matter if it's a full size candy bar or a full size drink. It's $1.50.
Okay. Cool. So what have you seen so far? The typical types of people that are coming, are they coming in with friends or is it just single people coming in to practice their game? What do you see the most?
Well, we're spanning the gamut of individuals. So along that same line, we do have clubs and balls available, right? If you're the beginner that doesn't have his own set of clubs, you can come into the facility and utilize it without bringing anything with you. We have the clubs, we have balls, we have tees. You can use them all. If you're a guy that likes to play a lot and you have your own clubs, bring your own clubs. You can play your own. If you prefer, the Pro V1, you can play your Pro V1. The balls we use are real balls. You don't need stickers or a special ball. They are the TaylorMade TP5X. They seem to read really well. I haven't had any complaints out of the Pro V1s or anything not reading well. I just prefer the TP5X because it has more marks on it that are uniform, which creates a better surface for the machine to read. So I think you get better analytics if you use a ball that has defined marks on it.
Okay.
But I guess to more answer your question, we've seen everybody of skill level come in here. We have young children that come in that have never played before. We have youth clubs available for them, and
Well,
mom or dad will give them a lesson on how to hit the ball. We've got the girlfriend or boyfriend who's never played before. They want to come in and they learn how to play. We have there's a team out there playing right now that are five guys that are just friends, and they come in and play. They're playing Augusta, so they're out there playing Augusta right now. We also in
wow.
the other bay have a young man that's by watching his game, he's a very good player,
Huh?
but he's just in here honing in his game, making sure his irons are striking right, making sure his drive's hitting a good distance. Which, by the way, he just carried 320 yards, which is a really good drive.
Okay.
So
Wow.
you have the gamut, and not only do you have the individual player or the group of fellows and that want to come in and play, but we also do private events. We host birthday parties a lot. You'll see a lot of 10 to 15-year-old birthday parties because you're going to get 10 to 12 kids together that want to have their birthday here. Mom and dad are welcome to bring in their own food. They can bring in the pizzas, the drinks, whatever it might be, and there's no fee for that. And they're saving a lot of money because they can rent both bays per the hour, and the facility is theirs for as long as they rent it. So there's no one coming in or out. There's nobody making noise.
Wow,
It's just your group.
that's
And as
awesome.
and as I say that, let me mention the fact that the prices are per bay per hour, not per person. So our
Okay.
off peak time is 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So if you rent it at 2 in the afternoon, you're going to pay $30 an hour, and that's for up to 6 people. So you and 5 friends can come play for $30 an hour.
Wow. That's a lot better deal than playing at a course, I
Yes,
think.
much better. Yes, much better.
Wow. That's great. Wow. And you don't have to walk?
No, there's no walking involved. Maybe 10 feet to and from the bay,
Right,
but
right.
there's no looking for your lost ball. It's going to be right there. There's no worry about temperature or weather conditions. You're going to play inside. You mentioned, by the way, let me go back again. You mentioned the
Yeah.
24/7 access. So
Okay.
we do have the ability to play 24/7. However, we like to provide a time for our members, right? So from 8 a.m. to midnight is public play. You get online, you book your time, and you can come in and play. We do have memberships available. Both of them give you 24/7 access and $10 off each round. So if you
Cool.
have either one of the memberships, you can come in here 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, doesn't matter. Usually at that time, it's much more private. You're not going to have a lot of folks wanting to play golf at 3 in the morning, but
Yeah.
you might have that second shift guy
Yeah.
gets off at midnight. Well, that player wants to come in and
Yeah.
unwind after work, decompress.
That's
You can
awesome.
come in here at 1 in the morning and play 18 holes and decompress before you get home and get in the bed.
Yeah. What a cool deal. So it sounds like you said you were packed. You've been packed since you opened, or it sounds like it's been
Yes,
doing well.
it's been doing very well. We've had there's just days. So if you want to play on Saturday, it's best you book a day or two ahead to make sure you get the time that is available for you. Right? If your best time is after church on Sunday, you want to come at 1 o'clock. You should book it a day or two ahead of time. I wake up in the mornings and I come in here every day and I clean the facility and I check the tee times to see what's available. For example, this morning I came in. We had two bookings for the day. Now we have, let me look at the computer. Now we have eight, right? So as the day goes on, people are jumping in, and
Yeah.
it's like that a lot, especially during the week. Weekends pack up pretty good, but during the week, it's hey, I'm done my house chores today. I can go play, and then they'll come in and play.
Okay. And what? So you were saying those birthdays are mostly
Mhm.
young crowds.
Yes. So
Okay.
that
So
we've had several of both. So we've had more young kids parties. You tend to see those a lot because the parents don't know where to go, right?
yeah. Right.
They don't want to have 20 kids at their house and have to
Right.
clean up afterwards and all that good stuff. So they like to come here and host those parties. Plus, it gives the kids something to do, right, for a couple hours.
Well, I was
But
just curious. So kids that young, they're into golf. That's
oh
that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we've got
Interesting.
several of our schools have teams. I know CA has a team, and
Got it.
those kids like to play, right? They
Yeah.
want to come out and play. But
That's awesome.
not only do we have the kids parties, but we have had several adult parties, and there's a benefit to those as well. So if you're say you're an adult, you want to have your birthday party here, you bring your 10 friends, 20 friends, whatever it might be. Because we have the ability to use these screens how we desire or how the customer would desire, we can put an image on the right hand screen of anything that you can broadcast from, say, Netflix, Hulu, whatever you if you use
Okay.
YouTube, right? So you can log into your Hulu account or Hulu Live account, and you can broadcast your favorite game that's playing that day. So say it's a
Oh.
famous UT game. For example, UT played Vandy this past year, and we had a party hosted here, and they put the Vandy UT game on one screen, and they played golf on the other, and then they put the game on all the television, so that no matter where they were watching the game and they were
Yeah.
playing golf at the same time. We've
Awesome.
hosted several company events, right? There's a company that had their sales team support party. They hosted it in here. They catered it themselves. We set up tables for them, and they brought in all their food and drinks, and they had a good time socializing, bonding, talking about sales events while they were playing golf. So it
That's
takes that
great.
corporate experience. A lot of people say, "Oh, the CEO plays golf and he takes his buddies with him." In this
Right.
location, you can bring anybody you want, right? You're not
Yeah.
paying $150 per person per round to go play
Right.
some big fancy course. You're going
Yep.
to pay $30 per hour, and you can bring your entire sales team, just not your top sales guys, right?
Yeah.
You can invite everybody. So we've
That's
had the
cool.
corporate events, corporate parties, private birthdays, just special events, just everything you want to talk about. We had a family that had their I won't say family reunion, but their family picnic day, right? They came in here, they catered it, they were able to bring their food and drinks, and they had a great time outside of the weather, and it was wonderful for them.
Man. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, it's never too hot, it's never too cold. It's the
That's it.
weather's always perfect in there. That's awesome.
Yes.
That's great. So, and how many people can you get in there for an
So
event?
we can the facilities should only hold 15 as far as the space goes. But we've had several parties where we made sure that it was safe. Obviously, want to make sure that the environment's safe. But we've had up to 40. Right. The idea is fire safety. We don't want to create a hazard if that's the case. But there is a clean shot to the front door and back door that helps make sure that the environment is safe and no one is trapped in the event of some type of emergency.
Right.
But
Right. Okay.
we want to make sure it's safe.
Okay.
Legitimately, time wise, if you're going to have a party of 6 in a bay, you can get through 18 holes in about 3.5 to 4 hours with 6 people. So it's not
Okay.
necessarily that we're worried about how many people you have in the bay. We're more worried about you enjoying your experience. And you don't want to bring 10 people to try and get through 18 holes in 3 hours. It's just
Yeah.
not going to happen.
Right.
So, we try
Okay.
and recommend that no more than 6 play at a time.
Right. Okay. Wow. So is this the only thing of this kind in this region, or are there others? Or
There are others in the region. There's one in Spring Hill, one in Franklin, several in Nashville,
yeah,
Murfreesboro. Um,
but
but
Columbia,
we're the only one in Maury County at this time, and
that's
we hope we
awesome.
keep it that way. We
Yeah.
don't want to have a bunch of competition, right? You don't want
Yeah.
a bunch of facilities
Yeah.
opened up. It's just like any other business. The competition always is good for business. It breeds that experience, right? But we're not the community in Columbia isn't large enough to host numerous events, right? That's why we only have the 2 golf courses, right?
Okay.
In Columbia, you have the private country club, or you have the one public course.
Yeah.
So the demographics for golfers isn't large enough to host 2 or 3 virtual simulator studios.
Okay.
It's just not. It wouldn't be feasible for either party. Not only for us, but for any other business, it wouldn't be feasible for them to expect effective business models when the demographic is so small.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I remember talking to a guy in Franklin, and he was just like, he was in love with virtual golf. He just said it was the best thing ever, and he was just like, "Yo, yeah, I go there every time I can." Like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, I
"Really?
mean,
I had no idea."
well, don't get me wrong. Obviously, anybody wants to boast their own business, but I will say, and I think I'm safe to say that the people I've had come in here that have played other courses have been extremely impressed with the facility. Not only you're playing good equipment, right? Like we play really good launchers, really good software, which other facilities do have, but we went above and beyond to create a welcoming, warm environment that is aesthetically pleasing as well as physically pleasing. So our bays are a little oversized. You're not worried about hitting the sidewalls with your backswing. We went top notch on the surroundings in the bays. So we really tried to make them as physically and aesthetically pleasing as possible. And as I said, I've had numerous players that have played at these other locations, and they've really been impressed with our facility.
That's awesome. Love seeing new businesses take right off in our town. It's so cool. That's so great. So let's see, November, December, January, February. It's like 4 months. So
Yes.
you're happy with how things are going.
I'm very happy
Yeah,
with the way things
yeah,
are going. We've had a great reception by our community, right? So we're involved in the community. We're always supporting other businesses. All of our build out and setup was done by local businesses. Let's see. So our local contractor was Pierce Remodeling, helped us build a lot of the facility. Columbia Home Solutions did a lot of the build out for some of the larger materials we needed. And good Lord, I'm drawing a blank on the name of the people that set it up. We had a company come in that did all of our setup with
yeah.
the equipment itself. and they were an amazing group of guys. And man, they're just awesome. And they're here local also. And I'm terribly sorry for them that I can't remember their name right off
Well,
the
you
top of my
can,
head.
if you remember, you can just email me. That'd be great. I can
I'll be
include them.
glad to
Yeah.
because they were really really. Oh, I'm sorry, Assembled Golf. They were called
Okay.
Assembled Golf, and they are local also. Trey Green is the owner operator. Amazing guy, did a really good job for
So
us.
they set up these virtual golf things for
Yeah,
people. That's what they do.
yeah.
Wow.
They'll come in and set up your launcher and your equipment to make sure everything's set up right and calibrated and
Wow.
make sure it all works.
So,
They do commercial
yeah,
facilities, but I think their mainstay was a lot of home setups. There's a lot of guys that
got
put
it.
these in their garage, and they'll
Okay.
help you with that setup.
So, in terms of like somebody, so I can imagine it'd be really great for somebody who, like yourself, who was like wanting to have of these in your home.
Yes.
This is a lot more cost effective, I would imagine. Yeah.
Much more cost
Yeah.
effective. Now you can go on Amazon and buy the garage setup for $3,000 or $4,000.
Okay.
These bays are much more expensive and much more efficient at tracking the dynamics of your golf play. So yes, if you came in here, 1 hour a day at $30 an hour, you got to come here quite a bit to reach the
Yeah.
amount of money that you would need to even set one up in your own garage. So
Right.
yeah, we are much more cost effective than doing that. And you don't have to worry about all this stuff. It's here. You don't have to worry about shutting it down to park your car in the garage, right? You can park out front. We have a huge parking lot. You can
Yep.
park out front. You can come inside and enjoy your day without any worries. We take care of all the maintenance. We take care of all the equipment. Everything's set up and ready for you to use.
That's awesome.
Yes,
Wow.
sir.
So cool. Um, well, I wanted to ask you something else. I know I heard you are a former cop in Colombia, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Can you tell, like, so how many years were you on the force there?
I was with the city of Columbia, proudly. I love this city, for
Huh.
28 years.
Wow.
I retired after 28 years of service. Yeah.
Wow. When was that? Was that a few years ago or
2023, so just 3 years ago.
wow, man. That's awesome.
Yes,
So
sir.
so were you like in the car running patrols, like was that your main thing or what was
Yeah, well, I mean, just like any officer, we all have to do that work from the
really?
chief down to the lowest patrolman. That's always a task we might have to perform. But
Wow.
for the most part, I started off as a patrolman and answered all the calls for service. And then I was lucky to get promoted to sergeant. And then I supervised a small group of officers.
Wow.
I made lieutenant and ran, at the end of my career, I was running two shifts or supervising two shifts of
Okay.
some great, great police officers here in Columbia. I really enjoyed my time there. I can't brag on my coworkers enough. They were a great group of people, and I
Wow.
loved working with them. But yeah, I ended up retiring as a lieutenant with the department.
Wow. I feel like we could have a whole nother conversation on that one.
we
Tell me
we
all your
could
stories.
we could have a great time.
Is there anything that you think people might be interested in? I mean, we don't have to talk forever about it, but I mean, people are always, at least for me, I love learning about the people. That's kind of one of the reasons I do these interviews, because I want people in our town to know the people behind the businesses, but also just the people behind, cops and other people who do all the stuff that we all use and we all love and we appreciate, but we don't always get to hear. We're not like personal friends with a lot of these people. We don't know them, so it's like it. But when you hear their stories, especially somebody locally, it just makes it mean so much more. It helps us appreciate you guys so much more.
Yeah.
Is there anything like what overall as your experience with Columbia? I mean, that's a long time just to watch a town.
Yes.
What can you say as just observing the town's growth over that time? You've had a unique look at it. I don't know, yeah, that I guess. Yeah, I'd love to hear what you have to say about that.
Well, I did have the opportunity working for 28 years in this city. And I've lived here much longer than that, but prior to being a police officer, I didn't pay attention to the things in the town, right? I lived in it, but wasn't focused on what goes on inside the city itself. But what the main thing that I experienced that I really think is amusing, at least to myself, is starting out as a young officer. Everybody wants to be the gung ho running the night shift and let's go out and have a blast, which we did. It was really fun. We had a really good time. But the thing that I always struck me the most, and I still remember it today as I drive through Columbia, was early in my career. And a lot of folks don't know this, that the lights down Garden Street used to flash, right? They weren't always red, green, and yellow. They would flash at night and was only a yellow flash. So you could drive from the River Bridge all the way up to what used to be Shoney's and
Okay.
not stop at a traffic light. And that as we grew, now it's turned. You now have a red traffic light at those intersections, and that was a good indicator of the growth and the changes that went on in the city and how they decided it was safer to actually have an operating traffic light at night, not just a flashing caution light.
Yeah.
So that was the biggest thing that I experienced that I always remember as the indicator of growth. Uh, the one thing, the one thing I found amusing is our community is very welcoming of our officers. They're very open to see them. They're happy to buy them lunch when they see them out. We've got a really great relationship with our community.
Good.
And I know that there's some that have had bad experiences with officers. We don't ever want to gloss over those. I know they exist. You know they exist. So do your readers and watchers, right? Everybody knows that someone got pulled over for a ticket or someone got arrested for whatever their charge may have been. But I've always found that we've had a very great relationship with our community. We stay involved in the community. We involve our community in our work. I've always known our chiefs to be very transparent. We let them let the citizens examine materials if they need them. If they need to see a body cam video, there's not a ton of hoops to jump through. There are the basic hoops because there is privacy involved in them. But it's not, an act of Congress to get to see that. You request with the chief, you meet with the chief, and he'll show you that video if it's appropriate. If it's inappropriate, obviously we're not going to show you that. But
Right.
I've always found that the relationship between our community leaders, and our chiefs has been amazing. They're very open and receptive. They will always have public meetings and events. So they have the event, the community appreciation event that we hold at Riverwalk Park. It's amazing. The community
Right.
comes out, you get to deal with the officers, meet them face to face, and ask them questions such as this, like, I got pulled over. Why? Well, here's why. Here's what happened at that particular incident, and this is why it went the way it did.
Hmm.
Very, very engaging with our community, and I've always been proud of that.
Awesome. Wow. So it was a good career. It was a positive experience for you. It sounds like.
Yes, yeah. Now there's
That's awesome.
always negatives. I had a lot of negative experiences, but for the most part, I really, really enjoyed my time.
That's great. Wow.
Yes, sir.
That's so cool. I get you gave me another idea. I think we maybe maybe I'll if you want, I'll talk to you later about that.
Okay.
But because I mean I love watching cop shows and stuff. I'm so fascinated by what you guys do because it's like something I in another life maybe I would do it, but not this one.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But so is there anything else that you would like to share with people that maybe we missed or
I think the biggest thing that I want to communicate to citizens that are watching your information, or the Columbia people that are watching the shows and reading your articles, is that we are a self-sustained, self or unstaffed facility, right? So a lot of people find that a little intimidating. It's you have to go on and try and book everything, and then you're coming into the unknown. How do you operate the equipment? How do you work this? I'm available for tutorials and walkthroughs. Okay, my number is on the website. My number is on the front door. My number is posted next to each keyboard by each computer. You just call me. And if we can arrange a time, like say you got a Saturday time, but I want to know what I'm doing, call me. We'll find time on Thursday or Friday to come in and walk you through the system and show you how everything works to maximize your time play or your
got it?
play time, right? And that's available. We're actually just finished putting together some tutorial videos that'll be posted on our social media.
Uh,
We're going to put some on par4virtualgolf.com. We'll put some on our Facebook and Instagram. That way, maybe you can't meet with me that day, but you can take a few minutes to watch the videos. And the videos aren't long. We're talking 2 to 5 minutes for these tutorials to show you how to get in the facility, how to operate the equipment. Again, I really want to maximize the customer's play time. I want them to pay $30 an hour, and I want them to play for an hour. I want them to really enjoy their time and come back tomorrow. Right? That's
yeah,
the main goal, right? Repeat business is every business's goal.
right,
And I think maximizing your time inside the facility and making it enjoyable is what's going to bring you back.
right, right. And maybe can you think of any? I always like to try to get stories, as many stories as possible, of like people, customers, or just funny stories or inspiring or anything that comes to mind. I love to
Well,
get as many of those in as possible.
Well, there's plenty of funny stories, but I don't want to set people
Well,
out, you know what I
yeah,
mean? But
yeah.
there's the ones that come in and don't know how to play golf and they want to play putt putt. We have putt putt on these screens.
Okay.
So yeah, when you have a bunch of kids in here that don't know how to golf, it's okay because everybody knows how to putt putt,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't matter. You can smack a ball, you can play putt putt. So that's a fun thing to see, a group of people come in and go, well, I don't know how to golf. Not a problem. We'll hook you up and we take you over here and show them how to play the putt putt game.
Well, I guess
There's
the thing I would probably want to point out, because it's probably normal to you, but I would imagine just with technology these days, I would imagine the golfing feels really realistic, right? And the putt
it
putt
does.
does. Yeah.
Yes, it does. And I don't like to I like to point out solutions for people, right? So one of the things that I've always come across is there's something I call spatial confinement, right? You're inside a 16-foot wide bay swinging a golf club. A lot of people feel that their backswing is longer than 8 feet, right? And it's not. I've got players in here that are 6'2", 6'4" that I know of that their backswing does not touch the wall. Now, if you
Yeah.
take a purely level backswing, yes, you're going to bump the wall. But if you take an appropriate backswing, you're not going to bump the wall. There's no need to modify your green grass play to play
Okay.
in here. And that's a
Wow.
big thing that I've come across that is a big issue for players. Not the really good ones. They know how to do their swing, but an amateur like myself, if I myself went into a facility, the first time I went, I found like I feel like I'm going to hit the wall, and you don't. It's
Okay.
more than
Okay.
enough room to do that. But so that's one of
Interesting.
the things I really like to point out is that spatial confinement process.
Yeah.
It should not be something you need to worry about.
But even when you're hitting the ball out on the and you're seeing the kind of the fake one on the screen go out, it like I would so I mean I've never done it. I need to come try.
You
But
need to
like
come try
it
it. Yeah.
I would imagine, I mean, if people are going nuts about it and they love this so much, it must be pretty cool. It must be a great feeling. Like it
Yes.
feels like you're actually playing or at
It
least pretty close.
it is a great feel.
Mm.
It is very accurate to your course play on a green grass course. It is almost threatening to some people because it will like again I use myself, I play a slice or I had a slice. It will show you why you're slicing the ball, right? The analytics on the
Yeah.
computer monitor, not the big game screen, but the analytics on the computer monitor will show you, oh, you had your club face wide open, no wonder it sliced, or you cut across it from the outside in, no wonder you sliced. It'll show you these things
Um,
and help you learn it. So by that I mean it's painful for some good players because it'll show you, well, you hit it way too fat this time, no wonder you chunked it, right? So in normal terms people are, oh, I chunked that one. Yeah, and it'll show you why.
so it's
So
like
it's
having a coach, really.
yeah, you actually
Yeah.
have a computer coach sitting right there with you and it'll show you on the screen all the analytics that a professional would need, such as attack angle, dynamic loft, spin axis, all those good things. And for the average guy like myself, it'll show you a video of what you just did and say, no, you didn't hit that very well, and here's why. Or you hit it really well, and this is how you did it. Let's repeat that again.
Wow. And that wow. You can really master your game. That's really amazing. So
Yes, you can.
tell me some more stories. I interrupted you. Do you got any
No,
more?
that's fine. No, the best things I like, again, I'll use the gentleman that's here now as an example, is it's really, really exciting to watch a player, right? Especially when he hits a drive and you see it go 320 yards. I see that on TV all the time. But to come here and see a guy that I know that plays at a local course hit that ball 320 yards and you see his swing speed was 127, that's just amazing to me. Like my swing
Hmm.
speed's like 90, right? So when I see
Oh,
127-mile-an-hour swing speed, you see how they hit the ball. You see why they hit the ball. And I actually learned from him. I can watch his swing and see what he does. And then I can look at the computer monitor and see where he struck the ball, how he struck the ball, what was his swing plane and his access. It'll show me. Now, obviously, I am not going to hit it like that next time I play, but it'll show me why a good player is good. And
yeah.
maybe I can learn better from watching the screen and seeing what he's doing.
Wow. That's so cool. Do you see some of these young kids that come in? Are some of them pretty great?
I had a 10-year-old who in here yesterday that I wouldn't even consider competing against. He was really good. He was
Wow.
really, really good player. Yep. Yep.
Amazing. Wow.
We've
What a
got we've
cool.
got some great coaches in this area, and they teach these young players the game,
Oh,
and they're
really?
really, really good.
Wow. Very
Yes,
cool.
sir. Yes,
Wow.
sir.
So, wow. Well, what a cool thing.
Oh, if you
So
don't mind,
yeah,
you asked me about the setup and things. If you don't
yeah,
mind me giving a
yeah,
shout out to someone else.
yeah.
So we are the virtual golf facility in this area, right? You come in here, you can play, you can have a great time. If you're one of those guys or players, I shouldn't keep saying guys, but players that really takes care of his equipment, we have partnered with Chris Hertzke, a local pro who owns Killer Hook Golf. So he's got a little workspace in here, and he will re-grip your clubs. He will repair your clubs. If you take lessons, he'll give you a lesson here inside the facility. If it's a rainy day and you booked a lesson, well, now it's canceled on the green grass. No, you can still do the lesson right here. He'll also do fittings and things of that nature. So if you have work that needs to be done in your club, you can bring it here, drop it off with Chris. He'll fix whatever you need fixed. He'll do a fitting, and he'll build the clubs for you, and he'll take care of that all right here inside the facility. So if you're in here
Awesome.
playing and you need your clubs regripped, give them to Chris. He'll regrip them for you.
Very
He'll take
cool.
care of you. So
So you're
that's just
gonna,
another shout out to our local businesses. Again,
yeah,
we're very, very big on working and shopping local with what we do here.
yeah. That's awesome. Wow.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so that's yeah. This is just great. I'm so happy to hear how it's going so well, and that now more people can learn about what you're doing there, and
Yes.
I'll come by and try.
You need to
And
come on by,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Come on,
I'll take
check us
some
out.
pictures and stuff. Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds like a cool thing, even for somebody like me. Like a lot of guys don't really want to go out and have coffee, but they would like to go maybe shoot a round of golf or something. And if I don't have to walk and be in the heat and pay $100 or whatever,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
could be a really fun thing to do. Yeah,
Yeah. Yes, it
that's
is.
awesome. Very cool. Well, thanks so much, Jason. No,
James.
James. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And yeah, we will. And if for anybody who's watching, check the links down below and check out Par4 Virtual Golf. And
Yes,
great,
sir.
awesome. And
Thanks a lot
subscribe
for
to
your
What's
time,
Up
sir.
Columbia.
Yes, sir. Appreciate your
Yeah,
time, buddy.
yeah.